Tonight, residents of District 1 joined together to voice their opinions and concerns over a possible gaming room that could be moved to just off of Pine Forest Road. The gaming room already exists here in Pensacola and is still in District 1. All the company wants to do is move it closer to the interstate. Nearly 100 residents showed up. The majority of them were in opposition.
Listen to you.
Many residents of District 1 are speaking out against the possibility of relocating a game room to Interstate Circle. Folks with Wind Creek Hospitality want to move the Greyhound Track and Poker Room to a new location in District 1. What's keeping the group from moving? A lack of zoning.
What's being proposed is an ordinance change because this pari-mutuel wagering doesn't exist in any of our zoning districts. It's not an allowed use in any of the districts.
The Greyhound Track sold their building after dog racing was outlawed in Florida. The game room is still operating at the dog track, but the company is leasing the space back.
We're getting the neighbors together because they were unaware of this, and I was kind of unaware of it too. So I don't want the county commissioners making any decisions on this until I get some input from the folks out here.
The proposed ordinance would allow pari-mutuel facilities in heavy commercial and light industrial areas.
I am not proposing anything, though. This is a gaming license that was rejected in another part of Escambia County. And I don't know if we have to find a place for it.
There are certain stipulations.
The ordinance as proposed is going to require buffering and fencing, and as you heard from the county representative, there are distance requirements from churches and schools and any sort of vulnerable communities.
Florida law already says there cannot be more than one gaming site within a 100-mile radius. The majority of attendees are in opposition of the move.
They're talking about having to have a buffer zone, high fences, all of that. Well, why do they have to do that? Why is that such a big deal? Because it's not family friendly. And it's not good for our community.
Primary concerns include traffic, a potential rise in crime, and plight of the surrounding area.
Anytime you bring any sort of gambling into a community, you impoverish the community, you increase homelessness, of course the gambling, which leads to increase of welfare rolls. People on the welfare rolls, you have to increase your expenses for law enforcement.
Others say that simply is not the case.
They're great neighbors and they're good for Pensacola.
Only a few remained impartial.
I'm not for or against. I just don't see any problem with having it, though. I mean, I'm not a poker player, but I'm not against poker playing either.
The ordinance will have its second public hearing in the next county commissioners meeting on March 25th.
If they're not for it, I'm not for it. If they think it's a problem, then it's a problem for me.
Now, Wind Creek Hospitality has not submitted any kind of proposal or site plan to the commissioners for review yet.